You're listening to Not the Sermon with Eric and Jamie.
So tell us again, Jamie.
Someone on Facebook asked for recommendations for a podcast.
Did you do what you usually do and you were like, well, there's a lot of really good podcasts. And for instance, there's a Craig Rochelle podcast. And for instance, there's the Andy Stanley. And then there's this one that I'm a part of called Not the Sermon, which is a mixture of theology. You like to laugh, right?
Theology and comedy. Two pastors.
Yeah. You gave him the old
I didn't
pitch.
respond because I didn't want to be that guy because you're in my head making fun of me.
Well, good.
But we did have a listener respond.
Oh, nice.
And they said not the sermon, but they said sometimes it gets a little silly.
It gets a little silly?
But they really enjoy it.
How about I silly this fist to your face, listener? I'm not afraid. I'm going to war. I don't know who it is.
Actually, I thought it was a great compliment. I was like, yeah, no, sometimes I get a little silly. Yeah.
We get
How
the
would
wiggles.
this, if you're listening right now, you silly person, what if I was like, what if someone, I don't know who you are, by the way, but what if someone asked
she's awesome.
about you, and I was like, they're good, she's a little silly.
She's a little silly.
I mean, you would be like, what?
She's incredible. Like, you know this person because she goes to our church and she's
Your
amazing.
wife?
Yeah, it's your wife.
Let's set up a battle royale in the foyer, Sunday, middle of the two services. Me and you. I don't know who you are, but we'll find out.
I think it was a great description because sometimes we do get a little silly, like right now, where you're trying to fight one of our listeners.
I don't care. I want enemies. Which, by the way, I want you to know some of the division that's been stirred this morning is actually from Jamie himself. So this is what Jamie's trying to do. He's trying to drive a wedge between me and Phoenix, as if there wasn't already one there. And
Did you know about that,
He
Phoenix?
brings.
Do you know there's
I
a
do
wedge?
now.
There's
Okay.
a wedge between us.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I couldn't see you.
You monster. So I come in this morning. I'm drinking like Kirkland's K-cup coffee. And I sit down, and Phoenix is like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the coffee, Jamie." I'm looking down at two cups of Eliano's fresh coffee. There's not a third, and so I think what he's trying to do is reward one of us randomly. So the other person is like, "Well, why are they getting rewarded? Am I not doing good enough?"
I got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, you're ridiculous, man.
That's right.
So what's going on, Jamie? Why do you look Egyptian?
What? Oh gosh, listener, I made a boo-boo. I was maybe you've done this. I was laying down on my bed and I was watching Instagram Reels. And
That was your first problem.
yeah, I know, right? No, well, I love Instagram. Facebook. I'm so done with Facebook. I'm so tired
Instagram
of
is
everyone's unnecessary opinions on everything. Pastors, talking more about their candidate than Jesus. I'm just so done with Facebook. But Instagram is fun, man. And so I was watching Reels, and I always got like a backlog of people sending me funny stuff. And this one, though, it was this kid hitting a baseball, and the baseball like hits the camera, and it startled me.
Ah, you got dude.
I did, and I dropped my phone on
your face?
Was it the one that I sent you?
It may have been
that had
you.
the Batman that went pop, pop.
Yes.
That was me, dude.
That was
I
you.
got you.
It's your fault.
I got you.
It's your fault. I'm rarely startled. Like, I'm pretty cool with all that kind of stuff, but my hand just jerked enough that gravity took over because the way I was laying flat, and it hit the corner of my eye, and it's perfectly in my eye crease, and so it does look like I have like Egyptian.
Oh, is that what that? Okay, I saw that the other day.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, okay.
it's not a
That
tattoo.
is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so maniacal. It gets me every time when one does that. It's like where it's faking something's coming at you.
Right. And normally I wouldn't as soon as I did it, I started laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's so good.
I have
dude.
been gotten. So yeah, so just in time for Easter, I have a black eye.
You're gonna walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah. Speaking of the internet, I was asked an interesting question the other day.
Okay.
I randomly, every once in a while, will do a Ask Me Anything kind of deal on Instagram and Facebook, and people can respond. And and it was interesting. Usually they ask theological questions. This time, it was almost all silly questions.
And they were all about me.
Well, one of them was. And
Actually,
so
Too
two of
late.
them.
You guys,
Two of them
you guys
were.
have destroyed your reputations
I
as
know.
legitimate pastors
they
now.
used to see me as a source of theological information. Now it's just, how can I
Tell
be
me a
funny?
stupid
Now they
joke.
want to know. They're asking him questions like, "What's Eric's favorite pie?"
So someone did say, would you rather fight 12 duck-sized Erics or 12 Eric-sized ducks?
This is a valid question.
I mean, it's a valid question, but to me, it's like there's no question. What'd
you say?
I said 12 duck-sized Erics.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is that?
Well, because, I mean, you'd be really small and I could just kick you really hard.
So you need me to be really small in order
There's
to beat me.
12 of them, though.
Oh, I could. Well, there's 12. Exactly.
And they
12.
can fly.
Yeah, but 12 Eric-sized ducks. Ducks are mean jokers.
No.
And for how tall? You're 6'1", 6'2", something like that.
Yeah.
So,
ladies.
So to have a duck over 6 feet, to have 12 of them, that's crazy. There's no. I mean, they're too big.
Wait, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be either 12 small things or one big thing. That's how that joke goes.
One duck-sized Eric.
It's either one duck-sized
one
Eric or
duck-sized
12
Eric?
One
Eric-sized ducks.
Yeah.
Maybe I read it wrong, or maybe they typed it wrong. But I'm
Yeah, no, we
still
definitely
going,
don't want 12.
I want 12 duck-sized Erics. I can take you, dude.
No matter if it's 12 duck-sized Erics or one Eric-sized duck, we're pooping everywhere. So be prepared.
Be prepared. See, you are silly. See, she was right. That was silly.
I thought it was just being honest.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I could totally just kick 12 duck-sized Erics in the face.
Yeah.
What if they all flew at your face at the same time, then?
Well, joke's on you. We're an endangered species.
They didn't say they could fly. They're Erics.
Ducks
they're
fly.
not ducks. Yeah, but they're duck-sized.
Oh, duck-sized Erics. I'm sorry. You're
Eric
right. You're right.
Phoenix. Eric cannot fly. Did you know that?
What?
Maybe I can. You guys are assuming
His guardian
a lot about
I
me
thought
this
his guardian
morning.
angels just like swooped him up and
Let's
carried
not
him
talk
around.
about me and my guardian. I put my guardian angel since last episode on a PIP, performance improvement plan. That thing is about to get fired. So I'm in
Wrote him up.
I'm in not an internet feud. I'm in a feud right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
This whole shooting the Skybalon is about fighting, I guess. That's what we're...
I'm ready. I'm taking on.
Everybody
Look,
was
I woke
kung
up.
fu
Maybe I woke up on the
fighting.
right side of the bed this morning. So, anyways, yeah. So I I'm in school. I submitted a thesis statement for a research paper that I'm doing, and I was sent.
Is the title of your thesis statement, Why Jesus is the Best?
No, but that was actually probably the title of the sample that I was sent to follow. And so I was like, this sample is not good. I think the sample it's just full of platitudes. It's about Christian leadership, like the definition of Christian leadership. And then the sample that we were supposed to kind of be inspired by was like, Christian leaders are leaders that are empowered by God. If you want to be a good Christian leader, you have to follow Jesus. It was just very basic. And I was like, I'm very unimpressed by this right now.
Can you repeat that? I was writing it down.
No, I don't even remember. That's how unimpressive it was. And so I write mine. I think it's pretty good. You talk about how leadership is about tension. It's about holding things in tension. I made the case that
You make me tense.
Anyways, I actually argued. Moses may have been a good leader leading Israel, but Moses probably wouldn't have made a good king of Israel like David did, and vice versa. David may have been a great leader for Israel, but may not have been able to. Leadership is so environmental. And anyway, write it, get a grade back. It's like 75, and I'm like, wow, that's a downer.
That makes sense.
That is a downer. And so I emailed the professor, not because I wanted a better grade. I was just like, what did I do wrong? Like, I would really enjoy some like read my paper, criticize it. And then I get the email back this morning, and oh man,
You just suck.
I actually want to read it. It was very close to that.
Well, I listened to the podcast while I was
I was
grading.
about to say, did he hear the
and,
podcast? Is that the problem?
Where is he at?
Did he think that you were silly?
He said basically, I'm having a hard time finding it, but anyways, he was basically like, Eric, yes, there is a few ways that you could have improved your statement by following the outline I sent. There we go. And then he proceeded to paste the outline into the email, and I was like, okay, prof, I hear you, dude. I hear you. Follow directions.
That's why college sucks.
Yeah, you know what? College doesn't suck. I appreciate him because he's actually grading and he's actually grading it properly.
Yeah.
Like everybody else just gives you A's because that's what, it's easier for them to do that than actually criticize your paper. And the fact that this guy actually criticized my paper with valid reasons, I told him, I appreciate your rigorous grading because people don't learn through unearned success. They learn through failure, deserved failure. And so I failed that thesis, but not even fail it, but I got like a 75. And so you better bet it's going to be the best paper he's ever read because
So
you know what I'm going to do?
organized.
I'm going to follow directions. It's going to be the blandest, most cornflake paper I've ever written.
So you're redoing it?
But it's going to be organized in such perfection according to his exact outline.
I'm such a man of principle. He told me I could redo the thesis and he would regrade it. And I'm like, no, I'm accepting your grade. I'm accepting the 75 and I'm hurting myself. That's how much of a man of principle I am.
Wow.
No, you graded me. I'm taking the 75.
I don't know if that's a man of principle as much as it is just like,
I'm dying on that hill.
having an issue.
Yeah,
it's like when your Pokemon gets confused and it hurts itself in confusion.
What?
I got it. That was funny.
Once again, Jamie doesn't know Pokemon.
I don't, and I'm proud of that fact. I'm a grown man. All right, guys. So we thought it'd be fun to do something a little different. We're going to play a game. We are going to, Eric and I.
Games? I love games.
I love games.
Oh, boy.
Games are the best. Phoenix is going to ask Eric and I some questions about each other. This actually is coming from a random website. Questions to get to know, your significant other.
So basically what we're saying is me and Jamie are having problems. And we've come to Phoenix, our wise marriage counselor.
You're doomed.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's it.
And so Eric, so we have no idea what questions he's about to ask us. I will be answering what I think the answer is for Eric, and Eric will be answering questions and giving the answer that he thinks I would say. So, Phoenix, what is our first question?
Let's see here. Eric, what food would Jamie never get sick of?
Ooh, what food would Jamie never get sick of? Duck and fig pizza. No, that was actually what gave him.
That's the only food that has gotten me sick in the last 5 years.
I would say, Jamie, you're so weird because when we go, you always you like different places and you like different things at the different places.
Variety.
You're not married to any particular thing. But I would.
My wife would disagree.
Tiffany would disagree.
But I have seen this man faithfully eat a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Yeah.
I bet you could probably do that every morning.
Yeah.
I mean, is that true?
That is true.
Okay. I think you strike me. You are married to breakfast food.
I love breakfast
My
food.
man like him some breakfast.
I do like a good bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, grit bowl. Yeah. Now, I'm not into pancakes. I'm not into like donuts. I hate sweet breakfast. I like the salty stuff, the savory stuff.
Actually, you got a new chest hat that says BEC on it, right? Bacon, egg, cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, boy. I'm going to allow that. I think that's the correct answer.
There we go.
Or at least it's a correct answer.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. See, you did good on that.
I know my man.
So, Jamie, what's Eric's favorite book? Aside from I feel like I have to disclaim Bible's a cop-out.
Right. You can't say the Bible. Yeah, I agree with that. Eric's favorite book, I'm going to go with, now, his favorite book, I couldn't possibly know because it's some unheard of theologian that's like
Can't even say it.
borderline, it's like borderline heretical. And he's like, dude, this helped me so much when I was deconstructing. So that's his actual favorite book. But I'm going to go, he's got a big fat book on his bookcase he wants everyone to see.
And he cannot lie.
That's systematic theology. So I'm going to say that one of those big old nerdy systematic theology books is his favorite.
Okay, that was a valid take at it. Honestly, you care so little about my influences, so I don't talk to you a lot about what I read. So that's a good drag. I do like some systematic theologies. I will have to say though that my favorite book is a book called Jesus and the Undoing of Adam by Baxter Kruger, by a theologian.
Baxter Kruger. I could have guessed that Baxter Kruger was your guy.
Yeah.
Because no one else knows him.
It's easy to say after the fact, Jamie.
Yeah.
No, he's talked to me about that. No, I tuned him out almost immediately.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I endorse everything he's ever said.
Yeah, you got to say that, don't you?
But that book in particular is a very good introduction to Trinitarian theology.
Listener, I just want to make it clear that I do not endorse everything that Jamie and Eric says.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. We made him sign an endorsement clause.
Yeah. That's good. So you were wrong. All right.
So Eric, what is Jamie's biggest regret?
Ooh.
Besides this podcast?
Ooh, I know.
We're sitting in it right now.
Aside from hiring me, I think, you remember there was this girl you told me about in high school. Her name is Tonell Tammy. And Toenail Tammy would later to go on to become the empress of this toenail polish empire.
Yeah.
And you said you couldn't get over the fact that she filed her toenails into direct points. Mm-hmm. So you actually left her on the altar and went on a date with Tiffany.
Right.
And ended up marrying Tiffany, but then Tammy got like filthy rich.
Yeah, the toenail polish empire. Yeah, she would paint my toes, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Listener,
it's always the toes around here.
This is obviously
biggest
he's just
regret.
he has no idea what my biggest regret is, so he's making up some weird story.
I said hiring me, but we don't.
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
No, that's Cynthia's biggest regret.
All right, so biggest regret. What's your biggest regret?
I don't have any.
Wow, no regrets here.
No
seriously.
Regrets. No regrets from. No, seriously,
Jamie's
I don't.
Perfect, y'all. Never sinned.
No, I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes, but like I don't have like. Okay, I'll say this.
You just don't regret them.
I will say this. Yeah,
hey, Jamie, I'm a psychopath. Jamie, could you be human for a second? All right, thanks.
No, I genuinely don't. I'll say this. Okay, here's a regret. I wish I had learned officially how to play piano and read music.
That's a good regret. That's a great regret.
Yeah, because I played piano.
Man, you really missed on that one, dude.
I know.
You really screwed up. You could have been probably really good and
because
had a whole
of
different
that,
life.
I made all of my kids take official piano lessons. I never took piano lessons.
No.
And I think it would have helped me.
And you were so stern that one of your kids like bashed their fingers with rocks because you were such a stern
I would
father.
crack their knuckles with a ruler.
Yeah,
if they messed up.
You not learning piano that really messed up your life. I think. It's good. All right, next one.
All right, Jamie, what's Eric's biggest fear for the future?
That I fire him right now on the podcast. Eric, I have something to tell you.
This is good. I've been preparing for this.
Look, you're a great guy.
Yeah. It's true.
Really appreciate your efforts that you've put in.
I don't know.
But I feel like we're going in another direction.
I've been sensing that as well.
Yeah.
I've been sensing that as well. Yeah.
And so I've just it's if you will by the end of the day clear out your office, take your big fat theology books out.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you don't read them.
Get your fat books out of here.
Will you give me 10 minutes in the office supply closet at least? Just 10 minutes.
I forgot the question already.
My biggest fear.
Biggest fear for the future.
Biggest fear
for the future.
For the future. I mean, I think it's no different than most people's. I think probably a fear of failure, a fear of not measuring up, a fear of trying to, feeling called towards ministry and not somehow being able to fulfill that call.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think my biggest fear is not being all that God has called me to be. That's not winning that soul.
It runs so deep. He has to do a voice, so it's not really him.
That soul. My biggest fear is screwing up my life and falling from ministry. Like seriously,
yeah, you do that all the time. You shouldn't be scared of it.
With everything that goes on and all the canceling and stuff like that. Like I'm afraid because I always tell myself like you're only one very poor decision away from ruining your whole life, dude. And I just feel like one day I'm gonna lose all impulse control and do drugs. And somehow convince myself it's okay
and live stream it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
the youth group.
I'm gonna start this channel like against my will. I'm gonna start this YouTube channel like Youth Pastor does coke.
Youth Pastor destroys himself in real time.
Yeah, and I'll get a ton of views.
I was gonna say, bro, that would blow up.
It would, and then I'd just be another one of those Youth Pastor mugshots that comes on Google when you type in Youth Pastor.
And then you really would have to clear out your desk.
Yeah. 10 minutes in the supply. All right. We got
last two.
Yeah,
last two.
Good.
I don't remember. Who did I ask the last question?
You're asking Eric about
I'm asking Eric a question. All right, Eric. Does Jamie prefer structure or going with the flow?
Going with the flow all day long. There's no chance that
that's too easy of a question.
Yeah, that was going with the flow.
That's so easy.
And I prefer structure. He knows that as well.
Yep. That's totally true.
Well, Jamie, what is Eric's preferred form of communication?
Structure.
That's not in person.
Eric's preferred means of, I think he's told me this at some point. I think he prefers Slack, which is internal messaging system at the church, then a text, then a phone call, and then he wants me to show up at his house in the middle of the night
and throw rocks at my window with
a guitar.
boombox over
Yeah,
his head.
with a boombox playing love songs.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that the correct
I
order?
would definitely say that's true. I think if you ever actually need me and you don't want to go through the channels, just call me.
Yeah, sure.
I have very strict boundaries with communication.
He does.
And it's not like, they're not even good. They're not healthy boundaries. They're just restrict. So
If he's not here at the office, he's like, you can't find him anywhere.
Yeah.
He's just off in a jungle somewhere playing a bongo shirtless.
Yeah.
That'd be a great one to throw back at you, Eric. What do you think Jamie's is?
Preferred form of communication. I would say, I think it really just depends on who it is. Because if you're anything like me, like different people communicate with me different ways.
Sure.
I would say probably similar structure. Like if it's office related, you probably want it on that Slack first. That way you have time to do that on your own time. If it's like a friend, like you probably prefer that text first.
Definitely.
Not a call.
Yeah.
And then
Never a call.
Probably what you hate.
Don't call me.
I would say what you hate the most is just a random call where you have no context as to what's about to be talked about.
Ugh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I don't mind a phone call. The problem is during the day, my day is usually packed, and so I just don't. I'm not going to answer the phone because I don't know how long this is going to take. A text is always best. Actually, my least favorite form of communication. I don't know why I hate it so much, but I hate Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand it, man.
Yeah, that's how you end up with a shared Facebook page.
Seriously, I still a lot of people do contact me. People who are like on the fringe of the church, don't have my number or whatever.
Yeah.
they'll message me
their
that way.
access point.
But a lot of people like
Any way that
who,
they can contact you.
a lot of people who know of me but don't know me, they'll contact me that way, and it's just. And I've had people. I don't check it every day.
Yeah.
And then you'll see where they. And I hate that it shows the person that you read it if you did, and then they'll say, "Well, sorry for bothering you. You must not have." And I'm like, "Look, I don't work for you, man.
Yeah.
Like if you knew me, you'd know how to get.
You know how to
me.
get in contact. I'm with you, dude. Social media is the lowest tier for
Yeah.
me. Like and people know this. Like if I don't respond to you on social media, it's not because I'm not trying to ignore you. I don't go to my DMs every day.
The absolute worst, though, is when you share something. Hey, guys, look, my youngest son he's graduating from high school. Everyone say congratulations. And then there's a comment that's like, Pastor Jamie, is the rapture going to happen in our lifetime?
Yes.
I'm like, what?
And
you can't hijack this
You
thread.
just say yes with no context.
Yes, right now. Look out your window.
Yeah. What's going on, Sermonites? So I've gotten a lot of feedback, and by feedback I mean death threats from last week's episode, where people accusing me of not believing in anything supernatural, which is not true. If you remember last week, we talked about guardian angels, and you heard what I thought was a very clear and classical stance on it. But anyways, that got us.
Which was?
I believe in angels. I
Right.
believe they work on behalf of God. I believe they're messengers of the Lord and that they do things for us, but I simply do not make the jump that we have personal guardian angels.
Sure.
Which I think is the classical view. But anyways, I've been
believe.
threatened multiple times. Someone threw a dirty diaper at my window this morning. I woke up with a possum head in my bed.
Wow, yeah.
These are from guardian
Was that your first
angel.
possum head?
No. it
Yeah, you
wasn't.
always remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, that got us thinking, what's the other side of angels? And no, it's not Krispy Kreme. It's demons.
Yeah.
Demons. So we're going to be doing a little shady theology.
Oh, are
talking
we gonna
about-
sing?
Yeah, the demonic.
You
You
wanna
ready?
sing?
Me, me,
No,
me,
no,
me.
no. Phoenix.
I've got some throat issues right now, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Shady.
That's way too high.
Oh, let's just try it. Shady theology.
Ooh, that was like
nice.
the harmonic series.
Well, you didn't sing, so I felt like I had
like-
to
Had
cover
to hit it.
some more.
I don't even think that was
All
a
right.
note.
So demons are shady. And before we begin, I want to let you guys know, I may not believe in guardian angels, but I am a proponent of guardian demons.
Someone's read screw tape.
Yep, I've got one. His name is Baphomet. Actually, it's Baphometti. He's from Italy. And
Aren't
he
they all?
does
You call him Medi for short?
yeah, he does a pretty good job of making my life miserable. So I commend him for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts? What makes the demonic a little bit shady?
Well, here's where demonology and the study of demons and stuff like that gets shady to me, is that
Hold on, let me burn some sage first.
is that most people, and you guys know this is true, most people get their theology of demons from horror movies, not from the Bible.
Much like angels, like
and
Hollywood has screwed up everything.
It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy, and so now they think of like, The Exorcist and all that kind of stuff, and there are some wild things even in the Bible that we see, but casting out a demon is normal. I mean, Mark 16, these signs will follow those who believe. One of them is that they will cast out demons, and so if you're a believer, you have the authority because Christ is in you to deliver people from demonic oppression.
Amen.
And so, but because of Hollywood, everyone's afraid and they get real weirded out about it. And I get it; it's odd, the idea that there's an unseen being affecting someone else, but it's 100% biblical. Casting out demons was about 25% of Jesus's ministry. About a quarter of everything he did was casting out demons. And so, it's weird. Like for a long time, the American church didn't even believe in them hardly.
Yeah.
Now they do, but they just don't do anything about it, which I think is even worse.
Yeah.
Knowing that this exists, but you don't do anything.
And this is really important because, there's a lot of ways that you can catch one of these little jokers.
Not Pokemons.
Yeah,
we're not talking about Pokemon.
We're not trying to collect them, but you do catch these little maniacal little jerks, mainly through the use of Ouija boards. Also, not finishing a 6-pack of natural light will get you a demon. You've got to finish it.
Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
I have not. No.
I did once.
I have when I was a kid.
My senior year in high school.
Where are people getting these?
I know, right?
It just appeared in my living room all of a sudden.
So my senior year in high school, I'm in the back seat of someone's car. It's a big group of us, and there's a Ouija board, and they're like, "Oh, check this out!" And I was like, "This is so stupid." Like it was so obviously not real and fake, and I was kind of like, "Well, I'm going to see what this is," because I knew all about like spiritual stuff and supernatural. It's probably a little arrogant at that point,
Sure.
And but yeah, it was dumb.
And people are getting on me about like not believing in guardian angels, and here Jamie is as a 13-year-old boy.
I was a senior. You think I was a senior when I was?
That's how he writes his
13?
sermons.
small.
Actually, he sits in his office with a Ouija board.
Doing a Ouija board with his toes.
Look, I do, and I know some people are like, "No, Jamie, you better tell people to stay away from Ouija boards." Look, stay away from Ouija boards because it is an unnecessary way to try to communicate supernaturally, and it's stupid. But it's more stupid than it is dangerous.
Yeah.
But can the enemy use it? Sure. But most likely it's just.
Let me cancel my appointment to Ouija's Are Us.
Ouija's Are
Like, like where I feel like everybody has that story, like with the Ouija story, and I'm like, where are you getting these?
This
from?
afternoon we'll go. We'll get a Ouija board.
I'm gonna take a pass on that. So how can people get into the weeds?
Well, they get into the weeds by focusing on the sensational stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But let me just really quickly give you a brief doctrinally, biblically sound understanding of demons. They have different purposes. In Scripture, they cause sickness. They can cause physical disability. They can cause mental illness. Now, let me just say, all sickness, all physical disability, and all mental illness is not the result of demons.
But male pattern baldness is.
Yeah, that's why I've been praying that demon off my head. But so we see in the Bible where people have sickness, Jesus casts out a demon, now they don't have the sickness. But we also see in the Bible where people have sickness, Jesus prays, they get healed, and there was no demon involved.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we don't make rules about that kind of stuff, and we have to use. That's why there is an actual spiritual gift in 1 Corinthians 12 called discerning of spirits. Mm-hmm. Like, is this spiritually sourced or naturally sourced?
Yeah, and you don't play fair with demons. You got to throw some sand. That's the first time. Anytime someone comes to me manifesting, I have a pocket full of sand. And I throw it in their eyes.
That I don't even know how to respond to that. Demons also spread false theology. Like Paul warns Timothy. He says that like in the last times, in the last days, there's going to be doctrine of demons, teaching that comes from demons.
Jamie, I think Eric's a demon.
Well, you shall know them by their fruit.
These fruits over here are fresh, boys.
The demons will try to convince people to sin. James talks about wisdom that is not just earthly or unspiritual, but demonic. So there's a demonic wisdom, way of thinking that exists. Demons represent false gods. Paul tells the Corinthians that, whenever you're sacrificing to an idol, in some cases, there's actually a demon that's involved with that. They assist people in witchcraft and the occult. And that's, we're talking about Ouija boards and stuff. But there really is, there's a girl in the book of Acts that is, she has a spirit of divination. And she's telling the future.
Yeah.
Through an unclean spirit.
Yeah.
And it's real. It's not that she's not telling the truth. She is telling the truth.
And I tell people, there's not a single person that is, because usually when they come to us, they're at a bad point, but every person that has told me or revealed that they've dabbled in witchcraft or occult, their life is falling apart. I used to be very skeptical, and be honest, very skeptical of demonic and supernatural stuff until I started seeing this frequency of anyone that had revealed that they had interacted with demonic forces in an official way.
Right.
Their life was literally falling apart.
Yeah. No, it will affect you. Demons aren't anything to play around with. The occult, witchcraft.
They're not there to make your life better.
Yeah, it's right, exactly. Yeah, and so I think people, out of ignorance or out of curiosity, start getting involved in some stuff, and they think, well, it's no big deal. And this stuff is real. I mean, it is real. And although we have to properly contextualize it in the Bible and make sure we don't believe extra stuff that's not in there. Because you've always got this traveling itinerant minister who's like, I'm going to give you all the lowdown on demons, and this one's a big juicy demon, and he's going to make you want to, it's weird.
Bro, Catholics have thousands of years of demonic stuff, like demonology, and they got books written on that stuff.
Yeah, and I've read some of the books, and it's just
there's very little in the Bible actually about any of that.
No.
Well, but I mean, think about it, and this is. It's an old adage that, I don't even know if this is true, but it's a good point. But people who study about counterfeit money, they don't study every counterfeit. They study real money.
Yeah.
So that when
it's
they
the
come
best
across,
way to recognize the fake.
So when they come across counterfeit, and so look, taking the time to study demons, and I think this one's from the third circle of hell, and all this it's so extra biblical.
What does it matter?
And it's a distraction, right? I mean, Jesus didn't say go into all the nations and study demons. Yeah. He said go into all the nations and make disciples, right?
Yeah, the focus, and then demons are sort of a byproduct of your interaction with the spiritual in general. But I never want to be. I'm not a fan of going and searching it out unless I have a very particular calling, which I do recognize other people that have particular callings to fight against that. But
and it's weird. I remember the first time I saw a demon cast out. It was my dad, and I was in.
Your dad was a demon?
Yes, and he was cast out of a young man. No, we were in the youth detention center. And a guy wanted to get saved, and there was, you could just tell things weren't working right, and Dad had what's called a word of knowledge. He saw a young girl in a white dress. Mm-hmm. He said, "I see this young girl in a white dress. I don't know what it means." The guy started just bawling, and he said, "Yeah, I was part of a witchcraft, occult thing, and we used to abuse people." Yeah, and so Dad said, "Well, we need to come against that. Let him in a prayer." And he started really reacting, which we would call manifesting now. And I'm like wide-eyed. I'm like this 13-year-old wide-eyed looking at this like, whoa, And now and then all of a sudden this peace came over the guy. Yeah. As his dad began to command the thing. That was the first time. And since then, I've cast out dozens of demons. And usually it's a very normal experience. It's not this big exorcist movie experience. Now, sometimes there's some weird stuff that happens, and that's just part of it. But more often than not, if anything weird starts to happen, I don't let it happen. I don't let demons talk to me. They don't have the right. I treat them like dogs. Yeah. If a dog were to run into this studio right now, I'd be like, get out of here, go. Right? I'd just tell them, right, go. I'd shoo them away.
Mean to animals. If I were to treat them like dogs, I'd be like,
who's this sweet little boy?
Oh, get out of here. You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, well, maybe I need to use a different example. Yeah.
But like cats.
Like cats.
Talk to them like cats.
How about stray dogs that look mean? Anyway, so, but yeah, so I think you get used to it over time. And I think you begin to understand the difference. There is a difference between possession and oppression, stuff like that. Although in the Bible it uses the word demonized. It's the only word it really uses.
Well, that's not very inclusive, though.
I know, right? Well, it's not as fun to talk about. But yeah, look, if you, listener, ask the Lord, begin to study. Here's what you should do. If you feel like God wants to use you to deliver people, cast out demons, go to Scripture, the New Testament, and look at how Jesus did it. Start to notice, what did he say? What did he do? Same with Peter. Same with Paul. Same with all of the apostles. Whenever there's a story in Acts or in the Gospels about someone casting a demon out, slow down and begin to ask the Lord to show you what's happening, and then say, Lord, if you want me to, use me in this way. And then if someone comes to you and you think it might be spiritual, do what you saw Jesus do. That's what ministry is.
Yeah.
It's doing what Jesus did.
Yeah.
Don't name yourself foul spirit. Don't do any of that kind of junk.
Go get holy water, Jedediah.
Don't turn on Facebook Live to show all your friends.
Oh, my gosh.
Just help the person.
Get on Facebook Live real quick.
So we got us a critter here.
We
And,
got us a
we're
critter. We're going to get rid of this critter right here. I want you to repeat this after me. Right? I mean, it's just, I don't know,
like
man.
selfieing it.
Yeah, the churches can be so messed up sometimes. But yeah, so that's demonology, man. Talked about angels. This is demons. I'm sure I said something weird that'll cause a bunch of questions.
I mean, if you want more information, just watch the Tom Hanks movie, Angels and Demons.
If you want more information, just go to Eric's house. You'll see plenty of demonic activity.
Don't be the sons of
That's a little
Sceva.
bit rude, I think.
Look, guys, we're not as bad as you think. We're just trying to have a little fun. Tip some cans over, tip over the trash. Maybe, wake you up in the middle of the night. I mean, it's just harmless fun.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, Sermonauts, for our final segment. We haven't done this one in a while, and
Thank
so
goodness it's our final segment.
we're gonna pester the pastor a little bit. Pester the what do we call you? The International Church Daddy Supreme,
Something like that.
Supreme Burrito Pastor, Burrito Supreme.
Hey, yet another food I don't get tired of.
I should have went with that one earlier. So yeah, this
There are many, just so you know.
This segment is called Pester the Pastor, and so this is just where I ask Jamie questions, just random stuff, just things that I've been wondering. Maybe, hopefully, some of you guys have been wondering these questions too. But one thing that I've noticed is, as a pastor, we get a lot of prayer requests, right? People tell us anytime someone gets a pimple on their nose, they're like, "Pray, brother, pray." And so, but there's also mixed in with some of the serious ones.
Yeah.
There's also kind of ones that make me chuckle a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I guess, God cares about that too. And so I wanted to ask you, I mean, you've been in ministry for a while, been a lead pastor for a while. And so what was one or a few odd prayer requests that just kind of stood out to you over the years? And you were like, yeah, sure. I'll pray for that. I'm not laying hands on it, but I'll pray for it.
I got two I can think of off the top of my head.
All right, hit me.
One, a lady, came up to me after church and was like, "Look, I know this is weird, but I've been constipated for a long time now.
Oh, let's go.
And will you pray for me?" Obviously, I'd love to pray for you.
Come out in Jesus' name.
I know, right?
Talking about casting out demons.
And so I did. I put my hand on her shoulder and prayed and said, "Lord, hey, we need you," and prayed a prayer. And then later, like the next day,
Did you get a praise report?
Yes. She sent me a Facebook message and was like, "I know this is weird, but I just wanted to celebrate." But yeah.
Imagine.
I want to celebrate.
Imagine celebrating a bowel movement. I mean, that must have been epic.
Dude, I mean, she was really in pain, man.
Yeah, that'll mess you up.
She was really in pain. And so.
And there's another Facebook Messenger message.
Yes, yet another Facebook Messenger. Yeah, that's why I don't like them so much. But I love her. She's an amazing person. But that was weird getting a praise report like, "Hey, I'm no longer constipated."
Let's go. Celebrate that.
And she did go into a little bit of detail.
Yeah.
But we'll just save that for the message.
Well, it
Not for the podcast.
Reminds me of like the woman with the issue of blood. Like
it's kind of embarrassing.
That would be weird nowadays. Back then, that was like you're blacklisted from the city kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, she essentially.
But the Lord cared and healed it.
That's right.
And like, how
the
do
Lord
we
cares
know
about that
unless she
stuff.
said something about it too? Like that's why we have that story because she's told.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we should never be embarrassed to ask for prayer.
Yeah.
For sure. The other prayer request, I was just confused on this one. So there's a sweet older lady that was in the church came up to me and she was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know if you'll be praying, Patrick passed away." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I didn't know who Patrick was, and I knew she had some brothers. I knew that wasn't her husband. And I wasn't sure who Patrick was. So I was like, I started asking questions to see if I could figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "I'm so sorry. Well, what happened?" She was like, "Well, he'd been battling with several different things and we were really struggling and it just came time, we just knew it was time. And so we had to put him down." And I was like, "Is Patrick your dog?"
Yeah. I'm like, no, it's my grandfather.
She was like, yeah, he was a good boy. I was like, I was thinking like your brother.
Wins the service.
Yeah.
So listener, look, you need to make me a promise. Do not name your dogs, your pets, human names.
Yeah, maybe lead off with that.
This is why we have Fluffy, right? This is why we have Rex. This is why we have these names, right? You can't name your dog Patrick. That's a human name. And especially if you're going to ask someone to pray for them, you got to let them know.
Jamie, pray for Robert. He's got cancer. And you're like, who's Robert? It's my cat.
It's my hamster.
That reminds me.
Can you imagine calling your cat? Come here, Robert. Come here, Robert.
I'd do it just to freak people out. Like me and Robert are hanging out tonight. Dude,
Robert crawled up on my chest and made biscuits.
I was going to say, Robert sleeps in my bed at night.
That's weird.
Keeps me warm.
Yeah.
Well, so my dog is Chewy. That's an obvious not human name.
Yeah.
Right?
My
Your
dog's
dog's names.
Opie and Hazel.
Right. Those are
Mine's
obvious.
Nugget.
Nugget, exactly. Those are dog names.
Yeah. I remember coming to you for prayer one time. Like, I thought I was like passing a kidney stone. I don't know if you remember that, but like, golly, the back of my kidneys were killing me.
Oh, yeah?
And I had a terrible night's sleep. And then I remember getting home and Sierra goes, "Hey, babe, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "I think I need you or something in the back." And then I had this flashback. I wasn't passing a kidney stone. In the middle of the night, Sierra, my wife, kneed me so hard in the kidneys that it caused excruciating pain the rest of the day. And I was like, that's what happened. I remember that. I remember going, oh.
That's funny. Related to the first one, here's another one I'm just remembering too. This was a long time ago, and a friend of mine, she was having really bad gas, and it was really hurting her. And so at the end of a service, she grabbed me, and she was like, we were both in college, and she grabbed me, and she's like, "Hey, this is embarrassing, but I have really bad gas, and it hurts. Will you pray for me?" And so I put my hands on her shoulder, and we just began to pray. You guys, I'm not kidding.
You know that shoulders don't digest food, right, Jamie?
I know.
You keep laying your hand on their shoulder.
But I keep saying that because I don't want you to think I'm putting my hands, on their digestive system or something. But seriously, when I laid hands on her, like the presence of the Lord was so strong, she almost fell.
Yeah.
And then God supernaturally just relieved her of bad gas.
That's great. I mean,
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And so from then on, the joke was that if you have gas, Jamie has the gas anointing.
The gas
So
anointing.
just
Gas
let
anointing.
him pray. Let him pray. If you've been to Taco Bell or whatever, just go to Jamie.
What a terrible title. I'm glad you overcame that.
Did I, Eric?
I don't know.
Did I? All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Wait, do y'all feel that? It feels weird. I feel strangely warmed right now. What is that? It's something strangling me.
Hey guys, this is Eric's guardian angel, and I want to set the record straight. This guy is a moron. I can't tell you how many times I've saved this dude's life, and here he is on the podcast openly trashing me.
I don't even believe in you.
I don't need a PIP. I quit.
Wow, sorry
Whoa,
about
are
that,
you
guys.
okay?
I told you that guy was a jerk.
Wow. Thanks, Guardian
Ow, my
Angel,
spleen!
for Thanks for setting the record straight. Guys, if you're still listening, I apologize, yet I'm thrilled. Thank you so much for being a part of the Not the Sermon, Sermon Not family. We will catch you guys next time on
Not the Sermon. Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of Victory Fellowship Church in Thomasville, Georgia. Eric and Jamie can be reached at emailing notthesermon@gmail.com.
Father to the fatherless, defender of the little kids, gracious and compassionate, wasn't, isn't, always been. Father to the fatherless.